Joining me now is AC Lang, former captain of the Guelph Gryphons soccer team, as well as now with the Guelph Union. Thanks so much for joining me. And how long have you been playing soccer?
Hi, Neil. Thanks for having me. I've been playing soccer for over 20 years.
And obviously, you played at a lot of levels, including some very high levels. And in that time, how many female head coaches did you have?
I've had none. I've had zero female head coaches through the whole 20 years.
I think that says something right there on its own, but maybe what are some of the reasons or excuses you've seen given as to why there aren't more women coaching at some of these high levels in soccer?
Yeah, it's a good question and it's a tough question to answer. I think my experience is reflected among all women and girls across Ontario and Canada, unfortunately. We've seen our rates of female coaches at around 20-25% in the whole country for a long time now. And yeah, you hear a lot of reasons people say that this might be the case. A lot of people might say that there's a lack of interest, which I would disagree with wholeheartedly. I think there definitely is interest. Girls and women want to be in leadership positions, but the sport system doesn't always support females in those roles. It's hard to be the only woman or one of two women in the room. It's hard to feel valued when that is the case. And we also see that women face barriers. So for my case, for instance, it's cost. So the cost of licensing is prohibitive for young women that are in university or in high school. The first license that you need to take that will allow you to coach at a higher rep level is around $800. So we find that's really the first barrier where women aren't able to pay that. Then once you get the women into coaching, there's a bit of a lack of support around that woman. So that paired with some of those discriminatory comments that you might hear, some of those ignorant comments really lead to an environment that women don't really feel welcome. And I think those all come together to lead to that unfortunate number of 20-25%. What I've seen at working at Guelph Soccer as well is that it's hard to get women back in the game once they've left. So you see dads come forward more often to volunteer their kids' house league teams, and women they're more often comfortable in those administrative team manager roles. And so we're really working hard on making sure that we can change that trend.
Do you think it would have made a difference for you as a player if you'd had more female head coaches?
Yeah, I think it would have made a difference. Obviously, I'm still in the game, so it wasn't so terrible that, I dropped out, but I've definitely seen many of my peers throughout the years drop out at various stages. So starting in young adolescence, late adolescence, and then again after university, you see that quite often that girls and women drop out during those ages. And I think to me, the importance of having a female role model as a coach, I didn't think of myself as a coach until my early 20s when my head coach, Shane Campbell at Guelph, brought up the option. So I just hadn't even thought about it. It was kind of one of those see it to be it moments where I hadn't considered that for myself. But then when someone brought it up, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is something I could do.
Sort of related to this too, I think you've spoken about the issue of just women soccer stars not getting the sort of exposure maybe that we typically see with some of the men's stars.
Yeah, I mean, the sports media coverage is pretty abysmal. There's a stat flying around. It's like 4 to 5% of all sports coverage is of women. In Canada, that makes almost no sense considering a lot of our top athletes, like the best athletes we produce, a lot of them are women. You'll see that again in the Olympics. The women are expected to carry Team Canada. So yeah, the media coverage certainly doesn't help. I never had a poster of a female athlete on my wall as a kid or anything like that. And I think it is getting a little bit better, but it's still hard to find those products to help inspire those girls from young ages.
Can you talk a little bit about what you started doing and the project you started to start to change some of this?
I am part of the League One Ontario Player Advisory Group. So League One Ontario, that's the league that the Guelph Union will be playing in starting this summer. And it's a provincial league for women across the province. And the commissioner at the time created a player advisory group. And when it became clear last summer that we wouldn't be playing because of COVID, we decided to set our sights on a different goal, and we tried to get some more women coaching. So we started a fundraiser, and my friend Mandela designed these really awesome posters of women players, so that we can inspire girls not only by providing them more coaches, but also by providing them a poster of a female athlete to look at every day and be inspired, because we knew athletes were going through a tough time last year. So we started selling the posters around November. We raised some money with that, and we hit our initial goal of getting 5 more women those licenses. And then through some collaborations with Canada Soccer and the commissioner at the time, Carmelina, who secured a grant, we were able to increase that coaching course. And now it's actually starting next week, and there's now 50 spots for women across the province. And we're really, really happy about that, because once those ladies are done that course, that means 50 more women coaches are going to be able to inspire kids across Ontario.
You're planning to be coaching with the union. What can people expect? What kind of style do you want to bring to the team as a coach?
I'm trying to soak up from my role models, Shane and Akar, who are the director of football and the head coach, and they're also very involved with the Griffin team. So I'm trying to soak up as much as I can from them, just to learn from those 2 gentlemen who've been in the game for so long. But I think in terms of a style of play, you can expect that we're going to be playing a very attacking game. We hope to play a creative attacking game and make sure we can score lots of goals for our fans.
Should be fun. Good luck this summer, and good luck with all that you're doing in terms of the women coaching as well. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much.